Let me bring in Trump campaign senior advisor Jason Miller. Jason, good to see you. Thanks for taking the time.
Lester, good evening.
I want to ask you, actually pick up a conversation we were having before the break about a debate. There is a debate that was on the books for September. Will it be transferable, as it were?
Well, there's definitely going to be another debate, or I guess in this case, a first debate against whoever the Democrats end up choosing. But I'm not sure that the Democrats are completely locked in on Kamala Harris yet. We see where former President Obama is still yet to endorse. There seems to be a lot of confusion and chaos on the Democrat side, which is in a big contrast to where the Republicans are, as you noted earlier with the United Front in Milwaukee this week. But one thing, Lester, really stands out to me. Less than 1 month ago, literally 3.5 weeks ago, Democrats were decrying the use of these so-called cheap fake videos of Joe Biden shuffling along, and within a month, President Trump has knocked Joe Biden out on the debate stage, and now Democrats have knocked Joe Biden out of the presidential race. And I think it really stands out to me that there's, with all this chaos today and the shift over to Kamala Harris, Democrats cannot name one single state where they're now in better position to win with Kamala Harris than they were with Joe Biden.
Well, you know, I know there's been a lot of polling that's been referenced, but I'm wondering how relevant that polling is. I mean, it's a new race. If the vice president gets into it, people will see it through different eyes. And, of course, there's the issue of the double haters we've watched develop over the last several months. Does that take that off the table and give voters a chance, someone other than, in this case, President Trump?
Yeah, really good question, because these are things that we've prepared for. We've polled, we've done the research, we have the ads cut. We're completely ready to go. This campaign is ready for anything that the Democrats throw at us. And the thing that really stands out from the Harris-Biden administration is that Kamala Harris owns all of the failures of the past 3.5 years, whether it be the record-setting illegal immigration. She was the border czar, for example, the sky-high inflation that's really crushing families all around our entire country. But when you look at the core issue of competence, that is the one thing that voters raise as a concern about Kamala Harris. They do not think that she is ready to step into that leadership position.
I was interested, you just said you guys are prepared for this. I mean, how prepared are you? There's things that move very quickly. How prepared are you to run a campaign that now pivots toward Vice President Harris?
Yeah, another great question, because we're ready for, again, whether it's Kamala Harris or anyone else they go and try to put in, because where this race changes is, as I said, Harris owns all of the failures of the last 3.5 years. There's also a new front that's going to be opened up here to give you a little bit of an insight. Kamala Harris had a long liberal record, radical record in California well before she even became vice president. You look at her efforts to decriminalize illegal immigration. You look at her calls to abolish ICE. I mean, heck, she wants to get rid of plastic straws, for goodness sake. And so, whereas Joe Biden was renting some of the territory on the more extreme left, Kamala Harris owns it. Lester, where the bottom falls out for Democrats, where they have real trouble, is in Pennsylvania, Michigan, Wisconsin. Working class voters, union workers see Kamala Harris as a threat to their very existence, particularly in the auto industry.
She has also carried the administration's message about reproductive rights. It's something we didn't hear much of at the Republican convention. Does that change the campaign?
Well, it'll be up to the Democrats for what they talk about, but Kamala Harris is then going to be put on the spot for her more radical and extreme positions. So, for example, as remember in the debate, Joe Biden couldn't answer what he thought a reasonable restriction would be for late-term abortion. So there are a whole host of issues where Kamala Harris now has to answer. And one of those, Lester, that I think she has to answer is, if Joe Biden is not competent enough to run for re-election as president, how can we say that he's competent enough to stay in the White House? Lester, you masterfully ran the Commander-in-Chief series on election after election, and you sat down with Joe Biden just a week ago. You know that Putin, Xi, the Iranians, all of our adversaries around the world are looking at the U.S. right now, licking their chops, saying that we have Joe Biden in the White House, and that's a dangerous thing. I want to know, does Kamala Harris think that Joe Biden is still competent enough to be president?
Jason Miller, thank you for coming on. Appreciate it. Thanks for watching. Stay updated about breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app, or follow us on social media.